Welcome back, my friends. Myself Sushant Tujmani, and I am the CEO and founder of 3 Touchpoints, a full-service web analytics consulting firm based out of Pennsylvania, USA. First of all, I would like to welcome you all in a first and exclusive blog series on optimizing your e-commerce business using your in-house web analytics solution. Secondly, all of those who are new to this blog series, I would highly recommend checking out our previous blog posts and videos at conversionpath.typepad.com and provide us with your valuable feedback and criticism. Now, let's jump on to our next topic of this week, which is another interesting question asked to me by an e-commerce manager working with a leading sporting goods brand in the North America market. And his question was, we don't trust our analytics implementation. Can you please tell us how can we validate this and create a business case for upgrade? I don't remember if I've ever interacted with any brand or retailer in the last 8 years who have told me that their analytics implementation is perfect and they rely completely on it for their decision making. Despite of significant technological improvements in the web analytics industry over the last 5 years, still the level of confidence both retailers and brands have on their clickstream data is very minimal. If you ask me what's the major root cause for most of the bad implementation in the industry, I would say it's neither your analytics solution and nor your people, but in fact the process you followed to launch, maintain and upgrade your solution. Still, majority of the e-commerce players in the industry believe that enabling the web analytics on the site is simply inserting a piece of JavaScript code on each page. Once the code is placed, they're good for the lifetime. Do you know what's that one initiative that most of the e-commerce players take at least once a year, which transforms a best implementation into a crap? Any guesses? It's site redesign. I conducted a web analytics satisfaction survey for more than 25 brands and retailers in the North America market last year. In that survey, each brand and retailer were asked 10 questions, out of which 3 were related to the topic of web analytics implementation. Here are those 3 questions I would like to share with my audience. The first question that I asked was, what do you feel about your current analytics implementation? And here are some of the interesting responses I gathered. Number 1, it's worse. Number 2, it's good but not actionable. Third, we have no idea about analytics, about our implementation because our analytics team left the organization. Fourth, we don't use it so much, so we don't know what's right or wrong. Fifth, we basically look at the traffic and revenue trends and don't rely too much on the actual numbers. Last but not the least, we found some inconsistencies in the key conversion numbers, so we stopped using them. Here's the second question that we're asked to the audience. Why do you feel your implementation is bad or worse? And here are some of the interesting responses I gathered. Number 1, the key conversion numbers were not consistent month over month. The key conversion numbers were not comparable with the in-house clickstream system. Number 3, we were seeing some junk or irrelevant data in some of the key data reports. Number 4, we did site upgrade 6 months ago, and since then our key conversion numbers are way off. Number 5, our page naming convention is worse, which makes it really difficult for my team to understand the pathing behavior of the visitors. Number 6, we don't know how the conversion data is getting tracked and what are the associated business rules. The team who did the implementation left the organization with no documentation. Last but not the least, we don't have any mechanism to validate what's implemented is right or wrong. So we don't rely too much on this solution and just use it for directional purposes. The third and most interesting question I asked was, can you prove the fact that your implementation is worse? And here are the responses. Well, we don't have visibility into our underlying business rules, so it would be tough to prove. But if you could see some of our data reports along with the last 3 to 4 months trend, you would find the answer yourself. Number 2, for years we have been making most of our analytics decisions based on our in-house transactional reporting system. And if you compare these numbers with the transactional data reported by our in-house web analytics solution, you would find at least 15 to 25% deviation.